Welcome to Euro Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony Fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, this show can be a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you are easily offended, don't watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 92 for December 25th, 2015. This week, we are gathered to talk about what makes the season bright and merry. And these ponies will help show the best of the season. My name is Mumfie Thunderbirds. I'm the host and show manager. Today I'm joined by...
Commander Sparkle, Assistant Project Manager.
Medi Bobo, I'm in charge of gathering questions and viewer interaction.
Smooth sailing, I'm the editor.
Soren wants answers. And I want to know what the hell happened to Oni-chan.
No. God damn it. No. The joke is dead. If you couldn't tell by that intro, this week we are talking about ponies that represent the holiday season, whether, no matter what your denominational faith or whatever, however you decide to celebrate the season.
Or just winter.
I believe that we're able to all share in the warmth and togetherness of family, friends, and goodwill towards men. So
also the coldness of winter.
Oh yeah, coldness of winter too. That's also something. So fan art this week.
We have a really cute wallpaper piece by Lava So Kawaii.
The one where you all have something to do with line paper in all of your things, except for I don't.
Yeah, but you're doing chemistry though.
It is true. It's true.
You didn't even notice that you were doing chemistry?
I did notice that I was doing... I was pretty sure. I couldn't quite tell just because...
Commander, I gotta tell you, you were the best at being chemist.
My special eyes.
Yeah,
you were the best chemist.
I like how you're physics, but your OC specializes in chemistry.
And apparently genetic manipulation.
Yeah, and obviously that's the same as chemistry.
It is the same thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
And since it tis the season, we also got a really Christmassy piece.
By Kikyo?
Yeah, commissioned by Kikyo.
It's not actually by Kikyo, it's by...
It's by Katie.
Yeah,
the picture's drawn by Katie Frog.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It is really, really big.
It's really, really good,
There's
too.
a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on in this picture.
I love how, every bit of this, things is connected to, everything we've done in, the last almost 2 years. Taps, Garnica, and Tarby, Sunny, and Flicker. We got the 3 CAC, or C8.
Cutie Art Crusaders.
All 4 Cutie Art Crusaders are there, but Burned is up with Ardale because they have actually been on the show.
Yeah.
And the rest of them have not, so they're just playing poker alone.
I think Burned is trying to get in Ardale's pants.
What pants? They're not wearing pants.
He has a slingshot. I never noticed that before.
Oh, he does. I was like, what are you trying to do? And it's like, oh.
I thought he was, leaning on the tree.
I thought he was trying to knock the star off the tree.
Is he trying to shoot Katie Frog? The person who drew this? What a dick!
I hope so.
Is that the one? Katie Frog's the one that's super light tan. That's just below J.
She's the one with
the one running away
with
taxi.
the Santa hat.
Okay, cool.
I really like the stuff that Pixel EV Draws sent us. I like mine the most.
Really?
I wonder why.
I wonder if you're biased.
Also, apparently, Commander doesn't like the L word.
It's actually 2 words.
No, Commander doesn't realize it, though.
It's hyphenated.
LARPing?
Yes, that's it, LARPing.
That one.
He is strictly opposed to LARPing.
Lollygagging.
Also, you got some pretty bad jaundice going on there, Commander.
Yox Together, too.
Yasina, adorable.
Yasina is adorable.
The only OC that's frequently shown on the show that none of us created is the best one of them all.
Admittedly so, yes.
Yeah.
Also, really quickly, I just want to say that the Dexy Doodles pick with me and fucking their, I think
Cotton.
their OC. I'm assuming. Yeah, with Cotton. Yeah.
Did you review Cotton?
It's really cute.
Last week.
Oh, how cute. Thank you, everybody who brought out fan art. We love it all the same. We love every single piece, and we always love seeing it. So, moving on to the actual bread and butter, or I guess this week, hot chocolate and marshmallows of the show?
Ew, marshmallows.
Ew, Smooth's opinion on food.
Rude.
I'm sorry. You're entitled to your opinion. It rolled a 6.
So that means Medi.
Okay, thank you. I
I was like, what does this mean? What are we rolling?
was rolling.
You rolled a d10, right?
Yes.
Mummified 1-2, Commander 3-4, Medi 5-6, Smooth 7-8, and Soren 9-10.
The
Nice job
implications.
explaining beforehand, Mummified.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus.
So that means Medi gets to go first. So Medi, tell us all about your OC you brought on this week.
Alright, I'm bringing on Barak the Yak.
Chestnut Pony OC, Mummified Destroy!
He is an ambassador from the Himalayak tribe. His birthplace is Himalayak Island, or Mountain Island. Wow.
I get it.
The Himalayak Mountains.
The Himalayak Mountains. He is a kind, strong, and proud, and he honors his tribe quite a lot. Yeah, he loves his tribe, and if you notice, he has a broken horn. It's because during an avalanche, one of the rocks barely missed his head and chipped a piece of his horn off. Travels a lot now that he is the ambassador of his tribe, and he loves telling young calves the story of his village and his adventures. His father, Galdor, I don't know how to pronounce his dad's name.
Galtar the Brave.
I would say Gildor.
Galdor.
Like a guild.
Like a thieves guild.
The word guild is in there.
Gildor was the leader of the Border Patrol Guard, or the Border Patrol. Border
Okay.
Guard Patrol.
Okay.
Of the Border Guard Patrol.
Okay.
And they would keep the perimeters of the Himalayak Mountains safe. But one day, they were attacked by a large group of Frostfangs, which are I don't remember. I don't think they explain exactly what Frostfangs are, but they're. Oh, never mind. It's right here. I'm fucking reading through it again. I missed this part. A wolf-like creature made of snow and ice, and they were attacked by a large group of them. And Barak was there as well because his dad always wanted him to become a guard just like him. And Gildor decided to make sure his son was safe. He kind of bucked him away and then collapsed the side of the mountain with the Frostfangs. So his dad died when he was a little young.
Oh
no.
It's pretty brutal.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
But it was just his dad sacrificed himself to make sure he was safe. And so Barak decided he would train hard and strong to become strong and mighty like his father.
Okay.
And then many years pass. He's become a border patrol guard. And then he's guarding the wall or the border at one point, and then there's this unicorn who comes running by being chased by Frostfangs. Barak springs into action to help the defenseless pony, knocking the Frostfang away, and that pony ends up being an ambassador for the Crystal Empire. And so the unicorn asks if Barak would accompany him until he would reach his destination because he fears more Frostfangs would attack, and he does. And when he gets there, he has audience with Princess Amora and her two sisters. And the unicorn explained what happened, and Princess Celestia suggests that Barak could become the official ambassador of the Himalayak Mountains. He liked the idea, and he became an ambassador. And now he travels back and forth to different types of meetings, and he's the counselor of the... He attends different councils all across the world because he's the ambassador of the Himalayaks. But I really like his story. It was really it was a simple, and he's important, but he's not like omni-important. They make him out to be an important character in the world, but they don't make the world rely on him.
And here, the thing is, like, they don't make him out to be like an important character. It's like they show, like, hey, he does some shit.
Yeah.
There's reason why you should believe that he is important in this world. It's not like, oh, hey, he is this thing because I said so, and so therefore he is.
I like his horn that's broken because it's not overly edgy and stupid, but it's cool still.
Yeah.
We're not going with like, they're splintered off and
It used to be able to do magic, but now it doesn't anymore.
now he had to go get a cybernetic horn implanted.
And I can totally
He
imagine
seems like
that,
a grizzled veteran.
It probably wasn't a clean break, and so he's probably filed it down and made it look clean. But speaking of his horns and stuff, I'd like to speak about his appearance. Now, I really like his appearance, though. I have one question. Why are there those things on the saddle?
The stirrups?
What things?
The things that
stirrups?
humans would use to give them
The
a step.
stirrups.
Well, maybe it's for, maybe since he's a ambassador for this clan, maybe sometimes he has to ambassador to smaller creatures that he doesn't mind giving rides to.
That'd be so cute. A little squirrel sitting up on top of his saddle, riding around.
Or
But the
I
squirrel
don't think a
has,
squirrel would need the
the
stirrups.
squirrel has abnormally long legs that just fit into the stirrups.
It's
Just
the
so
it's
happened
like
to
the fucking
perfectly.
bunnies in the Discord episode thing.
Yeah, that. Oh my god.
But,
Or Spike.
I
another
really
pony.
like how he seems dressed for his wintry environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the use of accessories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's got a safety
For some,
blanket.
if not done right, this would be a very jarring, not easy to look at OC, but this is actually really good.
I also like the fact that they also included the saddle blanket as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really, really just sort of neutral, earthy tones in the coat and head area left a lot of play for the accessories, and it really worked out.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
right.
those-
Because most characters that we talk about on this show, we sit there and we talk about, it's like, no. If you put in too many colors, it's going to look too much. And this person has
It's not.
reds, yellows, greens, blues, and the only thing we're missing here is purples.
But look at those baby blues.
They're so good.
I like the like whatever the symbol rune thing is on his like neck thing, and then the brace on his leg.
Oh, hey, look at that.
I like how it. I wonder like if that has some meaning in like his culture.
It's a symbol to his tribe.
Yeah, it's probably
Perhaps.
the symbol to his tribe. Dude's got like a solid fucking chunk of gold though on his nose. There's
Well,
a big
yeah.
nose ring.
That actually would be quite cold in his environment.
Bitches love
Do you think
his
he
nose
ever
ring.
is drinking something and it gets in the way, or eating something?
Think he gives a fuck?
Do I think you ever wonder weird things? Yes. This is a great OC.
I really like this OC. I even like his tail.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like he does a lot of things that people do wrong, but he does them right.
Like story
Hell, he
wise
even
and
has
aesthetic
scars.
wise, it's
He has a
just-
scar over his eye, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's because he has the appearance of a grizzled veteran who's actually done stuff.
Sweet. So, well then, we're going to move on from Medi as OC. Thank you very much, Medi. To the next OC, which is a 4. So that means we get to take a look at commanders.
Okay, so OC that I'm bringing on this week is Frozen Gale by a good friend Revka Hunt. Frozen Gale is, as you can see, is a bat pony of sorts, which he's sort of a like frost bat pony. So he's is a bat pony, and he generally stays like hidden from like most other ponies. Given that like a lot of times bat ponies are sort of feared, at least in the area that he is. But he loves to create ice sculptures that he likes to display. So he uses like wind and his winds to create these sculptures, and then just sort of does this like in the night when nobody's really like able to see, and just like puts them around town, and then people will just look at it and they admire it, and they're like, "Who the fuck did this? This is so cool!" And so his job that he sort of has people anonymously request things and leave money for him in places, and he just comes and picks it up and goes and does that. So that's then we get into the rest of his story, and pretty much one female pony who you don't really know just sort of like becomes fascinated with these sculptures, and like one night decides to sort of wait for like just sort of like is sitting there waiting, peeking around a corner, waiting for him to pick up his requests and his money, and then he just when he comes, she just sort of jumps out and surprises him, and he's just sort of gets scared, and he doesn't want himself to be revealed, so he just sort of like runs away and sort of takes off, and then she's chasing him, and because she's really like fascinated by these, wants to know who's actually doing this, so like she can like sort of like thank them for making such all this art and stuff, and he then, being a bat pony, was like, oh hey, there's this cliff, I'm gonna jump off this cliff and fly away, and then she, who is not a Pegasus or flying pony, sort of goes after her, and then is like, oh shit, and then realizes that there's a cliff and is like trying to hold on and is screaming, and he notices what's happening. He sort of comes back to try and save her, and the wind blows back his hood that he had on, revealing his face, and then as he's reaching for her, she falls and most likely died. So then he in turn becomes obsessed with her and starts making tons of sculptures specifically of her, like dedicating his art, and now has like tons of them in his cave, just filled, like lining his walls of this mare that he's sort of who I don't know how he found out her name, but her name is Rose Quartz, and he found out her name, and then later he found a cult, like, who was also a ice bat pony, and sort of that was just like abandoned, and took him in, and then tells him that he's the father, and that Rose Quartz was the mother, and yeah, and now and his son also makes ice sculptures. Sorry for the not being able to speak.
I'm honestly not too fond on the story because I just feel like, he ran away and then someone died, and then he got obsessed with the person who died.
I like the concept of an ice bat pony.
That's a cool concept. I don't mind that.
Ice is normally associated with like cold temperatures, and cold temperatures are associated with like the winter solstice, at least for the northern hemisphere, and winter solstice being dark and cold out, and just being like a time that if bats were able to survive in the cold, they totally would like thrive in those situations, considering they like to be at night. So I like that idea.
Yeah, I pretty much, for me, like I like pretty much everything up until around the point where it's like she sort of falls off the cliff and dies, and then he just has her like image ingrained in his head, all this stuff. I wish that it had been like that they had actually met and realized the similarities between he had appreciated what she did.
See, when you said she fell off the cliff, I thought it was gonna be something like, oh, and then he went back and saved her, and it started like,
nope.
see, that's like it. It seems unnecessarily dark. Like the character alone is kind of cool. Like, it doesn't want to be seen, so he asks people just leave money somewhere and I'll build the sculpture.
His wings must be fucking strong if he cuts the ice with the force from his wings.
Yeah, you definitely need really strong
probably
wings.
true.
So he's kind of a badass, gotta say that.
Yeah.
Well, he's got really tough wings, I would say.
You know who else has tough wings? Your face.
Speaking of wings, you guys want to move on to the aesthetics? In general, I like the colors. I mean, obviously they're very... It makes you feel like cold winter. It's blue colors and blues and whites. So, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with those.
Yeah, they do.
But man, that cutie mark...
Cool
the
colors.
cutie mark is a bit for me a bit much, just because
Definitely designed by Zoe, though.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that it's probably because the sculptures are probably detailed. However, I feel like could be a better way, maybe showing like a block of ice and a chisel or something like that.
Yeah, a chisel would work really good.
Or maybe
a chisel, or like a frosted chisel.
Yes, or something like that. That could work.
Yeah, because the chisel's like a metaphor for the wings making the wind. I don't know. I can't tell if I would like something that's like a metaphor like that, or something that's more direct, like wings.
I mean, a chisel's pretty direct, and if you have a chisel with ice, it's like chisels sculpting.
You're missing the point here.
No. It's actually indirect, because it's not a metaphor for the wings. It's a metaphor for the wings because the wings are chiseled.
Like his chiseled abs.
Oh man!
Strong enough to cut. No. It's indirect because he doesn't use a chisel. He uses the wind from his wings, but his wings could be seen as the chisel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are also
So, I
chiseled
don't know if
because
I
they
would
can
like
freaking
something
do that.
I'm gonna take a chisel to your face.
I think that the chisel would work the best just because it would be the most identifiable. People would be able to look at it and be like, I get what's going on. And this is just a trait of the ice bat ponies, is their wings and how they have their own sort of snowflake is the best way to describe it, design in them. What is your guys' take on that?
I think it looks really nice,
I think
but
if it was an art piece, it would be fine, but this is a character.
and that would never fucking work
I think
unless they were tattooed.
Honestly, I think the gradient is too abrupt in the wings. On the hooves, it looks fine. I love gradients, but the gradient is way too abrupt in the wings, in my opinion.
I like his hair for the most part. I wish
Back to
the
the
mane and
lab
tail
again.
matched a little bit more. But other than that, I like it.
I'm not sure. Still stuck on the wings. I'm not sure how I feel about the pattern on it. It doesn't seem like it meshes into the coat very well, seeing as how the coat is this really light blue, and then it goes to the gradiented wings with the dark blue and the purple, and then I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the wings could work if the gradient wasn't so abrupt, and the pattern could work if the coat was different. That's the vibe
Yeah.
I'm getting from it. I don't know why. But
Also, just in this sort of, not the same sort of way, but just to have it not clash, or feel like it clashes as much, is the pattern is definitely complex. There's no getting around that, which is not necessarily inherently a bad thing, but it seems a little bit odd just because the pony's design itself and the things about it are not complex, pretty simple, which is also not a bad thing. But having the two sort of at
come
times sort
together
of
is awkward.
looks weird because this pony, your eyes are drawn to that flank and that backside because that's where all of the detail is, and everywhere else is sort of it's just a normal pony, which is fine, but with the way that it just draws you in, it just sort of it stands out and not in the best way.
The actual bony part of the wing being the same color as the mane and tail is cool.
Yeah.
Against the coat.
Wrapping up, just sort of general thoughts on the character is, I like a lot of the places where this character starts, and I like a lot of the concepts behind it. I think that the story, and like we were sort of talking about, takes a turn where it's like you just sort of you're hit with this, and you're like, what? Wait, what? Which, I mean, you might be able to make it work, but as it stands right now, it just sort of seems a little bit weird and just out of place.
Oh, yeah,
And then for the like design, this have a lot of good things. Little bit complicated in a few areas, which the main problem with that is specifically that it's only complicated in small areas, and the rest of it's pretty plain, so it just seems weird. But good colors overall. Yeah.
Cool. Well then, Commander, thank you for bringing that one on. Moving on to the next OC. That rolled a 9, so that means we get to take a look at Soren's OC this week.
This is Flurry Winter by Sushini. Yeah. Talent, this is where I was confused at first. At first I was confused on this. The talent is knitting and the cutie mark is a yarn ball. Lives in Cloudsdale because Pegasus. Birthtown Cloudsdale because Ponyville is Pegasus.
What was that sentence?
He can bring up a smile, and he's a good salesman. He's like, "Hey, kids, you want to buy some yarn?" And he opens up his wing, and there's a bunch of yarn in there. He likes to keep up his professional look, and he's pretty humble. He can be naive, and he's cute because he's easily flustered by guys he has crushes on, and it's cute. But he's very protective of his friends, really bad at lying, and so what he does is he knits scarves and sweaters every winter for the little kitties in the orphanage, and when he has leftover money, he'll donate that too. He's very kind soul.
Finally, we get into the spirit of Christmas. Screw you guys. Took us 3 OCs.
But then, so, fears Nightmare Night, the dark, loud noises, large crowds, and being broke, which is why I'm like, why do you want to be so generous if you're going to be broke then?
Because sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you can't help
That's
it.
why he's scared of it.
Yeah, that's his foil, is that he wants to give, but he does not want to be the one in need.
He doesn't want to give too much.
Maybe he's afraid of being broke because that means he can't give anymore.
So he was born in the winter on a very stormy night. His father attempted to raise him like the son he had always wanted, a strong hoofballer. Hey, son, you're gonna sports ball, and you're gonna put the sports ball in the golf hole, and you're gonna make a touch ground. Flurry loved his dad, so he attended the games, but he never really liked it. And he just, even when he was with his friends, he didn't really like it. He was more artsy. He liked to do arts and crafts and spend time with Grandma. His grandma introduced him to knitting, and he found himself to be really good at it. And he got his cutie mark for just knitting because he made the scarf he wears. It was the first thing he ever made. He's really proud of it. And he tries to take care of it the best he can. It's just like an article of clothing. I don't know. Sometimes you get attached to him. Then Flurry started his own shop, and he gets good pay, and it's really good. I find a lot of parallels in this OC because my dad was like, of course everybody's got the sports dad. Everybody knows who sports dad is, and my dad is sports dad. He's like the dadliest of dads. He's like, hey son, you catch the sports ball game last night? And I'm like, no I didn't, Dad. And he's also really attached to this scarf that he made. My parents gave me a sweater for Christmas one year, and I wear it all the time, and I take really good care of it. Because I'm just attached to it. Makes me feel good, because it's like a memory of my parents.
I like it.
It's nice. It's simple, but not being too cliche.
It's another one of those OCs that has the simple backstory, but it doesn't suffer from it. Like, there's some things that suffer from being overly simple, and I realize now that being overly simple is, in my book, is kind of bad design. If you have a character, you don't want it to be overly simple. You can get, because it's just like, it's like a statue almost. It's just so lifeless. But if you add a little something to it, like this one, it's not bad. Like this is definitely a case of simple but not overly simple, and it's just a really charming OC in my opinion.
And thinking about how charming this OC is, I think that the like character sheet really showcases a lot of the things about this character without actually telling you things, because it's like as full he's like got all this hoofball stuff and he's like, lol, what? And as Cole, he's sort of like, yeah, just doing his thing, just being fucking older. And then he has the scarf, and he just, I don't know. I like it. I like the colors. The colors good.
It's another thing. It's all set in. It's like a monochrome, and it's a grayscale.
Except for with the fucking eyes, which pop out more because of that.
It's like,
which is good.
It's another thing. This OC all around, is just simple, but it doesn't suffer from being too simple. Like,
but man, does he suffer from cross-eye syndrome.
He's probably looking at that weird stripe on his nose.
He's like, what is this thing?
I love the nose stripe.
Why? It's like
Because
the butt mark.
like
Why?
Main design's all good, and it looks almost like a powdered wig. The tail's fine. I mean, it's all around simple, but not overly simple.
I like it.
And that's all I got. So roll the magical multi-sided thing.
What?
You okay
You mean
with
to
her,
die?
son?
Moving on to the next OC, we're going to take 0 or 10.
That's
0
10.
is Soren.
Soren again.
0
Okay.
is 10.
8.
0 is a hero.
That's smooth.
Smooth. Yes. Okay. Great.
I love that guy.
This is Frostbite. Now, You said overly simple, but let me explain.
Hold on.
I can just tell you something about overly
hold
simple.
on. Hold on.
What the fuck?
Frostbite is by
Frostbite
far
is
the
a bad...
best fucking name ever.
Yes, it gets better.
Please tell me more. Tell me more. I want to know.
She enjoys cold weather. She is a bat pony. She likes ice skating, and her occupation is she frosts cakes.
Boo!
I want to tell you to get off the stage, but I really like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
You freaking kidding me? That's beautiful. Like,
Oh, good.
Very
she
can't
frosts
tell if you're trying
she frosts cakes and other goodies, and as much as she enjoys those, she also she loves eating them more, and that is
Oh
all
my
the information
God,
on
that
this
is a
character.
Fucking fantastic name. I'm only getting it now.
Right? Like, besides the jokes and all that, well, actually the jokes and all that stuff is part of it, freaking, this character embodies, like, what I personally love about the season, like, the entirety of winter as well as the holiday season. It's just a time of joy and a time of fun, lightheartedness, happiness, freaking eating cake.
Yeah, I totally get you, Smooth.
It's just like all of the fun of like, it's like all of the fun of being in the snow, because I actually freaking love the snow, unlike freaking everyone else here.
I like the snow. I just fucking hate the cold.
Freaking loser.
This OC is actually really adorable. I love that, like, bright,
I have
innocent
this.
smile.
No, I'm mad at this OC.
Why?
I'm mad at this OC.
Also, the fact that it's a traditional art medium, I love that as well. It's really good.
Commander, you see,
it's
Mummified just
done
likes
really
it because
well,
it's
I think.
traditional art. Smooth just likes it because it's cute. Medi likes it because there's a stupid pun in it, and Commander likes it because it's online paper.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I saw that coming a mile ahead.
I should have seen it coming.
But it's really fun. I don't like it just because of the thing. I like it because of freaking everything. She's adorable. She's freaking got that. She's got that smile. Freaking.
Exactly. I said
Doesn't
you
that
liked it
come
because
into
she was
adorable?
cute. I said you liked it because it was adorable.
And freaking also the story and stuff, man. Like all of that
Yes,
together. It's deep
that-
meaning to me. I freaking
that
love winter. It's my
abundance.
favorite season. And every time someone says something bad about winter, like last
That
week,
is
Commander.
my favorite season.
Last week, Commander, you said freaking, and this OC hates winter. Freaking, I went, ah!
It was really funny.
I freaking
I was like,
love
"Suck it,
winter.
Smooth."
It's the best, and I freaking love things that love winter. It's just so cool.
Want to move on to the aesthetics, because there's not too much you could say about things other than aesthetics.
I guess so, yeah. Freaking. By the way, yes, abso-freaking-lutely adorable. The freaking way the colors match, and the freaking style, and the freaking the smile, the look.
That innocent smile.
She just looks so fun-loving.
Or like she's rotting on the inside and wants to murder everyone. Not quite sure which.
I love it. I love
No,
it.
she's cute. I like it.
I love it so much. So much.
Yeah.
So much.
So much.
So much. It's so good.
Cause like she freaking represents everything I love about winter.
This pony is absolutely amazing, and I like the pastel colors on this pony. I think it's mostly due to the medium that it's being presented in, but I like it just because it's very pastel and lightly colored.
It's overly simple in my opinion.
I love it. I really, really, really like it.
Yes.
Also, the ears look really, really fuzzy,
Yes. Yes.
It's overly
and her hair's
simple
kind
in
of a
my
mess.
opinion. And I'm apparently the fun hater now.
I
don't know.
just love it. I just love it.
Is it
man.
weird that like the way that like the hair is like super curly on the back end kind of reminds me of your hair, Smooth?
Like my real hair?
Yes.
I can see it.
Yeah. It's like super fucking curly.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's freaking. To wrap up, this OC freaking. This is emotional with me. Also, freaking. An OC that can be really simple. Like freaking super simple even. That's a freaking a line of summary stuff. and just one single picture. And freaking... It can work. It can work. This is done extremely well. I love it.
Mad at this OC.
Just because it's puns. Screw you. It's funny. I loved it.
Oh no, I'm one for puns.
I don't even get why you're so upset.
Moving on to the next OC, which is the final OC of tonight. We're going to take a look at My Pony. My Pony is Slipknot. A year or so younger than they are, or sorry, let me phrase that. This is Slipknot, and they are, quote, a year or so younger than the main six. Okay, relative age, that's great.
Yay.
Height, they are shorty. Their weight is average. And their likes are knitting, horrible puns, warm nights by the fire, heavy metal music, candy, and singing. Even though he's not very good at it, he doesn't care. And
You don't care?
And Betty, cheese.
See, just because I like cheese, as someone with lactose intolerance, I don't get why I'm just suddenly the cheese guy.
Because you like
You made an
cheese.
OC around cheese.
You
Your
literally have
OC works in a cheese shop.
You have stated multiple times that you really like cheese.
I think cheese tastes good.
Yeah.
'Cause I like
It does.
Also, it
I really
really
like
helped that you had that
cheese.
really, really quotable one. Like, cheese.
I like cheese.
I like cheese.
His dislikes are alcohol, people making fun of his special talent, summer, hot weather in general. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So the backstory on this pony is great because it definitely sets up who this pony is. It talks about how he's a very quiet, outgoing stallion. He's a bit obnoxious at times, but he's more, can tone it down based on the mood of the room. He's kind of an optimist and happy to teach anyone who wants to knit. But he unfortunately has some flaws too. Now, it says that he's a bit of an insomniac. He, quote, he's usually found in the late hours of the night and early hours of the morning, simply knitting and trying to finish people's orders in time for their pickup. Now, they say that it's, he has horrible OCD, meaning that he will usually begin to knit something, and about halfway through, he'll see a mistake and start all over. The writer makes a note that if you knit at all, you know how horrible this feeling is. These usually lead to him sometimes disappearing for a few days to simply knit and make everything perfect. And that's kind of understandable. And I wouldn't really say that's necessarily definition of somebody who's being a OCD, but more of a perfectionist.
Being a OCD.
As a colt, Slipknot loved to watch his mother cross-stitch, knit, and embroider. He'd always be the one to run her ball of yarn or measure out thread. Blah, blah, blah. He liked making... She let him make the first Slipknot he ever made. She then take over. Eventually, she taught him how to knit, and so forth and so forth. He got his cutie mark when he went to school and began to knit during recess. While he thought that he would be made fun of for such a girly hobby, lots of fillies and colts actually thought it would be sort of like cool and asked him how he did it. So after he was explained it kind of... as he explained the process of a simple cast-on, knit, stitch, cast-off to his classmates, his cutie mark appeared. And it's like, oh, cool. And it turns out that it was the same color as the scarf he was making, and, it's kind of like all wrapped up from then. He has grown up a little to open his own business in Ponyville, where he sells yarn, knitting needles, and his own magic stitch cloth and scarves. I really like this pony. I like it because with the theme we're going with this week is that he seems to be a very nice, I don't know, you think of knitted stuff, you think of keeping warm and whatnot during the winter, and how he also likes warm nights by the fire, candy and knitting and whatnot. So it's just he likes, I don't know, making stuff for other people, kind of giving gifts and whatnot, I guess. You could also associate that with. And I also didn't want to grab a pony that was super blue and super obvious winter themed. I wanted to go with something else here. So, and I think I was able to pull off fairly nicely. What do you guys think?
I think that story-wise, I'm glad when it came up, he thought he was going to get made fun of for his girly hobby. I'm glad it didn't just go into the, he got bullied so much in school, so then he just turned into a recluse and knitted and got really good at knitting.
And then owned 15 cats at the same time.
At the same time. Like, gasp. I'm glad it wasn't one of those OCs. Like, everybody just kind of accepted it, like, what actually happened in the universe.
Yeah.
Dude, are you knitting? Yeah. I'm knitting a scarf.
Oh.
Dude, that's fucking sick, bro.
Dude, scarves are fucking dope.
Thanks.
He's like, wow, that's fucking rad. And he's just like, stop picking on me.
Everyone hated me. Dude, that scarf looks hella sick, bro. That's so cool.
Dude, can you make me one? That's so awesome.
Dude,
Crying.
that scarf is sick, bro. Why do you keep saying my hobby is disgusting?
He just doesn't understand lingo of young
I was
kids.
gonna say, yeah, he doesn't get those kids' sick lingo.
The sick lingo.
Why are they so ill? Need to get them to the hospital.
He doesn't understand it, but he still describes it as sick lingo.
Because he thinks it's disgusting.
Well then, moving on to aesthetics, it is a very simple pony. There is nothing special about this pony's aesthetics.
Well,
I mean-
except for the
I mean,
scarf
having-
and the splotches.
Having the spots is technically something special, but
Yeah.
it doesn't.
But it's
It
not,
works.
like,
Good.
super standout-ish.
And the yarn
I
ball
think
cutie mark
they
is
definitely
fine.
work.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, I'd say, yeah, it'd have to be fine. I mean, it's gotta be like...
Heart on it. There's always a heart.
Oh my god.
It's supposed to symbolize his love of knitting.
Yeah, duh. I really like this pony.
good,
He's
though.
super cute, super simple, and very
colors
well
work.
designed.
I like the what's the for when it's like two different shades specifically? There's words. Is it just bichromatic or?
I think it may be almost trichromatic at this point because of the main coat and lighter coat.
I guess, but both the coat and lighter coat, they're both shades of sort of like a brownish sort of thing.
So is his main
That's what I'm saying.
dark, medium, light.
Well, the spots are also... They're like
I guess the spots are. I don't know.
I like blue and brown, and it works. I feel like it's been a very long time since I said that last, but I like.
Wrapping up the actual OC review of this show, we are going to move into the final voting of all these different ponies we brought on. As you can probably tell, we only have really one segment this week of OCs that we're going to be talking about, or that we did talk about, because we really wanted to just keep it nice, lighthearted, positive show.
Yeah, sorry guys, no 4-hour episode.
Yeah, that'd be a train wreck. Anyway, so going back over the OCs that were brought onto the show this week, I brought on Slipknot by Flashfire68. Commander brought on Frozen Gale by Revka Hunt. Medi brought on Barak the Yak by Sayerturu. And Smooth brought on Frostbite by Amaya73. And finally, Soren brought on Flurry Winter by Sushini. So going back in the same order we presented in, and not voting for the same pony you brought onto the show, Medi, who do you vote for this week?
I'm gonna give it to Slipknot.
Cool. Soren?
No.
Commander.
No. I think.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Barak the Yak. There's a lot of things that are good about it. I liked it.
Soren?
My fellow meme lords. I too will give it to Barack the Yak.
Barak the Yak. Hearing somebody actually say it, I've been thinking it this whole time, but hearing it said.
And I'm going to be giving my vote to Flurry Winter.
Yes.
I am going to give my vote to Frostbite.
I win.
Now everybody's happy. Except
Yeah,
for...
that means the mess bobs won.
I win.
Now everybody's happy.
I win
except
Christmas.
For...
And then he realized the magic of Christmas was here all along. Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
We have a question from Sin the Synthetic Cloudy. We have a question from Synthetic Cloudy. Who is your favorite character from anime or TV show or game?
That's really hard. I swear to God, Thorin, I will fly out tomorrow and punch you square in the face.
I hope I see this.
I don't know. I think my favorite character would probably have to be Link from the Legend of Zelda series.
Really?
I mean,
Dante
really
from
like
the Devil
him.
May Cry series.
And Knuckles.
Yeah, my favorite part is where he goes,
Well, it's not so much the fact that like he had a lot of lines or had like a lot of character behind him, but
Or
like,
Annie.
I don't know. It just I always liked those games, and I really kind of liked playing as Link, so to speak. It's like because like the first game that I ever played of Zelda was the Ocarina of Time, which, for those of you who don't know, involves a time-skipping section to it, where you start off as like this little kid, and then eventually it's 7 years later, and you turn into a sort of adult-esque Link. Me and my brother were both playing that sort of at the same time, so I almost like subconsciously symbolized it as like going from a character that was more around my age to now a character that was more around my brother's age. So it almost has like a sense of like sort of family connection, but not exactly at all in the slightest. But then me going on and then playing this game more, like other games later in my life, like just being like, you know what, yeah, like I really like Link. He's really cool.
Well, my favorite character would probably be, since I made the joke about waifus, would be my waifu.
Twilight
which is
Sparkle.
Not Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, right. Alcorn Princess Twilight Sparkle.
There
Yes.
you go. There you
No.
go.
So, no, but it's
right.
the character Oshino Shinobu from the
No, what's her full name,
Monogatari
though?
series.
You
Her full
fucking
name, her full
weeb.
vampire name is Kiss Shot Arcerolo Orion Heart Under Blade.
Alright, now you need to leave your OC sucks.
Okay.
You fucking
Hey, I wasn't
weeaboo.
doing that much anyways. It's okay.
Get your goddamn anime trash out of here.
Medi, it's your turn.
Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah, no deep psychological reasons. I just really great. Not gonna give you a story about my life.
Brush the trash and take out your teeth.
See, I always have an issue picking favorites.
Because you have like 500 waifus.
Because favorites is a subjective term to what I'm viewing at the moment. Something that could be my favorite right now could not be my favorite in a few years.
Pretty much.
I guess I have an unnatural, unhealthy obsession
It
with
was my
prom from
favorite.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yep.
Yeah, it is pretty
I
disgusting.
didn't even play the game, and I'm like, yeah, this is
Rest in
fucking
peace,
weird.
prom. Rest in peace.
Hey, spoilers!
He didn't make it into Smash.
Another, like, probably a character that I've been following forever now is Big Boss, or Naked Snake, or John, I guess. He's probably one of my favorite characters, mainly because I've been following the series for so long, and he's the star of the best games in the series.
I think I'm actually going to choose Clover from 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Yep.
While I would never have guessed the character, I can totally could have probably guessed the fact that it'd be from 999.
Yeah. She's freaking adorable, and a lot of things that happen in game. I really like her character. Emotional connection.
Okay, then.
I also
Anyway.
like Gwendolyn from Dark Souls.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Soren, tell us your favorite.
from Dark Souls.
I do
like-
like Lord Trek from Dark. Mainly, most characters from Dark Souls are great.
You know who the character is that's the most neato? It'd be Neato.
No, it's Lord
Shut
Gwen.
the fuck up. No, it's Solaire.
Solaire of Astora.
Neato for the win.
Solaire's top husbando. My real top ship is Palucina. It's Palutena Lucina.
Yep.
For all you kids out there doing the crazy drugs.
Sakurai did a good.
Snorting that crayon shavings. You know what I'm saying?
Crayon shaving.
Doing those crazy drugs out there. But anyway.
Character.
Well, I don't really have one. It's usually tied to what I'm really into right now. So, fucking Ryuko from Kill the Shit. Butts la Kill la Kill. But the characters I've had the most unhealthy obsessions with were probably
Lucina,
Blackjack from Project Horizons.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout Equestria Project Horizons, and Lucina.
40 Orphans.
Those are the only characters I've had a really unhealthy obsession with.
But what about Solaire?
And Solaire. Solaire is top husbando. I love Solaire. He's my favorite.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Boy, wish I could be so disgustingly bright.
Also, since everyone's just naming a bunch of characters, it seems like, well, at least Medi and Sornar, I just want to say all the main characters from Ava, because they're really good.
Oh, you mean Mari?
Especially Mari.
And Mari is not a main character. Even in the show, even in the movies she appears in, she's not a main character.
That was a lovely question sent in by a lovely viewer of the show. Remember that, Medi, where can they send things like that in?
You can send it to us at eurocsucks.deviantart.com, eurocsucks, or at eurocsucks at twitter.com, eurocsuckspodcast at gmail.com, eurocsuckspodcast.tumblr.com.
This show is also supported by the lovely people over at patreon.com. You too can become a patron today. You can head over to patreon.com/eurocsucks and become a patron today. This was a really great episode, guys, and it's going to be coming out, hopefully, on the 25th of December, and it's just one of those things that when we get to do an episode that actually airs on an actual holiday, it's always great because we feel like we're actually being a part of your lives a little bit more, because it's actually being connected to an actual time frame. So I feel like I can speak for everybody here, that us at EuroC Sucks, that we all hope you have a
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
Happy Holidays,
everything that
you celebrate.
Exactly.
But if you don't celebrate anything,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Winter. Happy Winter.
Happy best season of the year.
Happy celebration of the winter solstice.
Yeah, just whatever you do, I hope it goes great for you, okay? So, bringing this episode to a close, my name is Mo5 Thunderbirds, host and manager. This week I've been joined by
Commander Sparkle,
Medi Bobo,
Smooth sailing.
Soren wants summer.
And remember, EuroC Sucks.